Guys, Ryan with Premier. I am out here at Hopkinton High School. Going to do some new layout for their bus parking. The guys are out front. They're doing the tennis court repairs. We did some membrane repairs at the end of last season. They're here to put the color on it. But today I want to talk to you about firing customers. Yeah, firing customers. Yeah. Mr. Big Shot, huh? Must be nice to be able to fire your customers, huh? Must be nice to have so much work that you can just fire your customers, right? So let's get to the bottom of what that means. All right, what does it mean to fire a customer? Well, this is the situation that we're in. I had a guy. Now for new customers, I'm big on, not taking deposits, but that's from commercial people. You're not going to get commercial work if you're requiring a deposit. But these homeowners, yeah, they can fucking give you a deposit, all right? For sport court jobs, we take 50% down, and that covers the power washing, which is $3,000. It covers any crack or right way repairs that are $30 a foot, and it covers the purchasing of the material. And that's your material. And we finished the job. It's yours. Here you go. It's all yours. We don't do the job. Here, it's yours. You bought this. It's yours. You might not have the money to pay us to do it, but here, you can hold on to your stuff. We'll be back. You don't know what people's lives are what's gonna happen in people's lives, and where they're gonna be, and what they're not gonna be able to fucking afford. You don't know that. I've worked with customers before where they bitten off more than they can chew, and then they just can't can't afford to pay you when it's done. So I'll sit on the labor all day long. All right, if somebody runs into hard times and they can't pay me, I'll wait for the labor. But I don't want to wait for material prices, guys. I don't want to do it. And something else too to keep in mind with deposits is, if you're a larger company like ours and you're doing big work and you got all these big jobs going on, these smaller jobs, the ones that the homeowners are having you do, that's eating into your credit line. So you need the homeowners to pay for their material up front so that the commercial customers can put theirs on your credit, basically. And that's how you get the bigger jobs. If you're not going to go, like I said, you're not going up to any, municipality and saying, oh, you got a $110,000 tennis court job? Yeah, we're going to need $60,000 up front. They're going to be like, fuck you. So, deposits are good for help keeping your credit line down. Let's be honest. You've seen it too. People are spending money on their credit cards right now. They're not, the economy's in a weird place right now. People are spending money like they still have money. Yeah, that was me. People are spending money like they have money, and then they're putting it all on their credit cards. So when it comes time to make those payments, who's to say they're going to pay you? All right, and this isn't everybody. I have customers that pay me no problem. Some guys I get a good feeling about. I don't even ask them for a deposit. But other people, I'm kind of like, ugh, I don't know, I got a weird feeling about this. And I make them pay a deposit. So I got this one customer, and I go out, I look at his job, and while we're there, come up with a plan. It's kind of like, well, if you can use the colors that I have available, extra stuff, then I can give you this court for like $3,000 or $4,000 cheaper. Oh, okay. So, the court price went from like $19,000 down to $16,000. All right, and I send them over the thing. Here's the email. This is what everything's going to cost. If you're good, I'll put a formal estimate together, and then you're going to be required to send a 50% deposit. We'll purchase your materials with that deposit, and that's what gets you on the schedule. We're not putting you on the schedule unless we have materials to do your job. So he comes back. Oh, we never give anybody a 50%. We never give anybody a 50% deposit. Like, we'll give you 25, and then when you start, we'll give you another 25. And it's like, well, I can't start until I buy your materials. I can't buy your materials without the 50,000 or the 50. Can't start it without your 50%. So, Oh, and then I don't hear anything back. And then I get an email last night that says, hey, you know, um, basically like, hey, you know, you know, what's going on? Where do we stand? And I'm like, I don't know. You wanted to do 25 and 25, and we don't do that. And, you know, maybe if you wanted to do 25% down now and then 25% when we show up to do the washing, but I still can't, and who knows when we're going to get there to do the washing. That might be not be for another month. And then by that time, now we got 20 people in front of you. Now you just gave me a 50% deposit to not get your job done until August. And, you know, I could just tell this is the type of person, you know, he's like, well, we'll give you 25 and then 25 when you wash, and then 50, the other 50 at the completion of the job after we examine it and we come up with a punch list and you address the punch list. It's like, whoa. Punch list? That's my red flag. That's my, okay, goodbye. You're done. You're fired. You're fired. Yeah, you're gone. And why is that? Well, because I just got a bad feeling about this particular customer. I'm sorry, but I do. And, you know, it's like, first of all, you have a 20-year-old tennis court that you didn't do anything with. I can fix the cracks. I can shallow some of the puddles. I can make it look great. You know, is it going to be perfect? No. And I have a feeling that this guy is going to expect perfect. And then what does that mean? Well, that means when it comes time to do the 50% payment at the end, he's going to walk around with his punch list and he's going to find all the things wrong that he thinks that I should have fixed. Now, there is no, okay, sir, here, let me go touch that up for you. Okay, sir, let me go touch that up for you. No, everything has to be complete coats. So if I finish a tennis court and then he walks out there and goes, hey, you forgot this, or you should have done this, or hey, is there any way you think you could make that a little shallower? You know, I have to fucking redo that whole entire section, and it's thousands of dollars to do it. Then repainting the lines and blah, 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 blah. So I got another email from this cat this morning, and it was basically like, hey, listen, you know, what's going on? Where do we sit? I told him, when you send me a check for 50% and you send me a check for the 50% and the signed contract, I'll get you on the schedule. Oh, well, I thought we were going to do 25 and 25. And, you know, can you confirm this? And I just sent them back an email like, dude, listen, we're done. You know, we're not going to be able to work together. I apologize. Like, I shouldn't have led you on. I did bring up the 25 and 25 and said that would be acceptable. That is one day after I crashed my fucking motorcycle. I got a guy in the right lane on a 4-lane road. My wife and I were driving left lane. Guy in the right lane just busts a U-turn from the right lane. We fucking T-bone him. Now, you know, I give all the credit to that BMW motorcycle and its ability to save our lives, because that's what it saved us, you know. But Cheryl broke her arm. I smacked up my ribs. I was laying in bed in pain, couldn't breathe. I'm trying to run my business. I'm running emails. And yeah, in a moment, I felt like, you know, and yeah, I said, maybe we could do that. But I was trying to say, like, yeah, you can do that. Pay 25 and then 25, but you're not going to get on the schedule anytime sooner. You're still not going to get on the schedule until we get caught up, you know, or until we get your stuff in the mail. And then by the time we get your stuff in the mail, we may have written another month and a half worth of work. And then you're going to be pissed that you gave me a 50% deposit and you had to wait 3 months. Like, he just doesn't understand like how this business works. Most tennis court companies, they book up a year in advance. You know, I mean, it's like, we need a timeline. I can't give you a timeline, because as soon as I say, okay, sir, we're going to be there probably the 2nd or 3rd week of May. And then we get 3 days of rain in April. Well, that just pushes you off. And then we get, you know, 10 days of rain in May, and then we get 12 days, or you're pushed off another, and then I have to call you every time. So we don't do that. Like, we just don't give people, times. It's like, this is what we do. We say, hey, here's where we're at. This is what we have to do. There's this many courts in front of you, and it is what it is, Now, why do I have a feeling that this is more so that the guy just doesn't want to, maybe he doesn't have the entire deposit right now. And that's fine too. Then just tell me that, dude. Just tell me, hey, Rye, listen, that's kind of a big nut to crack this month. And I do want to get on your schedule, but I don't want to I can't pay the whole thing up front. Well, fine. Then, dude, give me a credit card. I'll hold the credit card number, and that's fine. But, we're sitting here, we're arguing. This is what I do. I have tons and tons and tons of people who want to hire us. We are hired because of our attention to detail, our fucking commitment to doing it right. You're not hiring us because we're the cheapest. You're not hiring us because we're the cheapest. We are not the cheapest. It's like, think of that tattoo artist. When you were growing up, you always had that. You would go get a tattoo at the corner. Right, I'm going to run over here. I'm going to go over to Ink Masters and go get this tattoo. And then your buddy was like, yeah, I'm getting mine, but my appointment's in like 2 months, and I have to drive to like Connecticut to see the guy. And it's like, who the frick is this guy? But he's the best at what he does, and people wait months to have an appointment with him. We're the same company. We don't advertise. We don't bid on small jobs, or we don't bid on low bid jobs. You hire us because you expect us to come up and do the job perfectly, exactly the way it's supposed to be done. And you pay for that. You're paying for that. So, yeah, I told him, look, dude, this isn't going to work out. I referred this other guy to him locally. This guy, Adam, he's a good dude. But he does it part-time. He can probably give this guy a way better price than I can do it for. And you know what? It's like I've already put my time in dealing with customers like that. I'm past that point in my career where I deal with customers like that. I just don't deal with customers like that anymore. I have been doing this long enough where I can almost smell a customer who is going to give me problems. And that is what I feel about this right now. I feel that this customer is about to give me a bunch of problems. I don't want the problems. I don't want to go on this roller coaster ride of him beating my work, and trying to find little things that he can take money off of. No, that's just not who I am, and I'm not doing that. So I'm passing him off to someone else. Thank you.